demon. This path exacts a heavy toll. Fear is a tool.
He's crazy. Come on! Come on!
The Batman in cinemas March 3. If you listen carefully enough, the past whispers to you. The world as we know it is coming undone. Grimthorpe is pulling it apart with hate. If we're to defeat him, you'll have to trust me.
This is the team that's going to take down the most dangerous wizard in over a century.
Correct. 3 points to Hufflepuff. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams. It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace it. You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays.
New friend of yours. I'm not so sure.
If we don't stand up, no one will. The bat and the cat. It's got a nice ring.
You guys got a hell of a duet here. Selena, don't throw your life away.
Don't worry, honey. I don't know.
The Batman in cinemas March 3.
I'm Batman. No, I'm not. Hello. 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 How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Come in, sit down, enjoy us. Don't walk around. Come in, sit down. We've got the cosplay group. The Melbourne cosplayers group is going to come and do a lovely panel for us and have a chat. And I'm going to introduce them as they come up. And a bonus for you guys in this panel, there are so many of them, they need my microphone, so I don't get to talk for the whole panel. So come on up, we'll send you up on the stage one at a time. Jay, big round of applause, make lots of noise. Jay, is it Sime? Sime? Did I say that correctly? Oh, well, hey, for me, Sime. Rhiannon, Captain Carter. Oh, well done. Aaron? Oh, that was funny. Captain Carter, then I'm introducing Aaron Carter. And Superman, are you part of the team? But there's no name there. Well, come on up, Superman. Yeah, no name there. No name there. It's like... Okay, right. Yeah. Just don't put the glasses on. We won't guess who it is. All right? It's all cool. All right, now it's like... Thanks, guys. I'm going to hand it over to Jay. And then I'm going to put this here so you can come and ask questions. It's all yours, guys.
Thank you so much, Supernova, and thanks very much for having us over here. So today we're going to be talking about our impact as cosplayers on the community and also why we became cosplayers. And for me, being a cosplayer, I've just enjoyed being involved with the community with regards to doing charity events and also my love of comics and also my love of professional wrestling and all those other things. But also, I think it's helped me in my life as such. And that's what we're looking for today. We're going to talk to our Melbourne costume crew. I'm going to introduce them really quickly. Samay Argento, she's Melbourne City Catwoman. And we have Rhiannon, she's Captain America today. And we have the lovely Erin, she's Melbourne Batgirl. And also we have Andrew here, who's Melbourne City Superman or Melbourne Superman. Absolutely. So then what they're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to, as I said, talk about us as individuals and about what we're doing as cosplayers. Because what happens is when we come to Comic-Cons and we get seen out and doing charity events, we actually get approached and say, okay, this is fantastic what you're doing. And we want to find out why you do it. A lot of kids ask us why we do it. A lot of parents ask us, look, you're giving us such joy with regards to coming out, taking photos, getting on, being happy. What impact has it had on you in your life? And also, we've had a lot of people asking about helping the community. What kind of help do you do with the community? So this sort of interlinks. So you'll get to find out a lot about our cosplayers here. We range from a lot of different things with regards to, obviously, myself. I'm actually in a Village People tribute show. I play the Indian in that one. So coming from that, doing this Nightwing today, and also doing Nightwolf. So there's a lot of different things coming from here, and we're going to move on and talk to each individual here, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what they do with regards to their cosplay journey. Again, we want to thank Melbourne Costume Group, Annie, Kelly, Vanda, and Moira. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity for us to be up here. I can't believe I'm doing this in some ways. I've been coming to cons for so long. Now I'm doing a panel, so it's absolutely awesome. So thank you so much. If you want to go and support Melbourne Costume Group, we've got them over in the other other group over there, the other hall over there. Is that a hall? We'll call it a hall there. Artist Alley, that's the one. There you go. So I've got marbles in my mouth at the moment. So I've got there. And also, what we're going to do is we have a special appearance from Team Accountable's leader, Thor Andrew from Canberra. He'll be coming down about 11:30 to have a chat. So I'm going to introduce you to Samay. Give her a round of applause for Samay, the Melbourne City Catwoman. Now she's going to talk about her journey. As I said, we've met a couple of times. Obviously, we met on a film set, didn't we? So she's going to have a talk about her journey as a cosplayer and how it's made her a better person, and obviously all the charity work she does. So, Samay, over to you.
Thank you, Jay. So it's interesting. Firstly, I've got a very versatile background. So I do a bit of filming, acting, photography, modelling, dancing as well, where you might call it. I actually started from dancing before I went into acting, and I grew up around this my whole entire life. So it's kind of stuck with me. So I ended up getting into cosplay about nearly 7-8 years ago, and I was introduced to this by some friends. They said, come down, there's going to be a massive event on called Supernova, and I had no idea what they were talking about. So I had no costume to wear. It was a very last minute thing, so I just wore whatever I had that time. I went down there and I absolutely loved it. So from that moment on, I thought, oh, this is amazing. Like the crowd, the atmosphere, the vibe. I kind of understood what it was all about, what they do. So from there onwards, I kind of just modified my costume, which is Catwoman, and I kind of worked my way up from there, and I wanted to make it a little bit more original, authentic. I didn't want to copy or replicate what someone else had. So that's why I kind of changed my costumes at various times. I wear the singlet, which is what I'm wearing today. Then I have a leather corset that has chains and buckles on it, which is really, really nice, and I usually wear that often. Obviously, I change it here and there due to weather conditions or various occasions. So the reason why I also picked Catwoman is simply because I have a love for cats. I love all animals, of course, but I love cats deeply. I have a very soft spot for them. I'm very protective over them. I find them very magical, very majestic. They're very spiritual. They've got a beautiful nature about them. Their personalities are amazing. They're all different. So I've adopted 2 cats at home myself over the years, and I grew up around a lot of cats. So that pretty breaks it down and simplifies why I've chosen Catwoman as my character.
So, May, I want to ask you, you actually did a charity event for the
Cat Lovers Show?
Cat Lovers Show. You want to tell us a little bit about that? So this is where the influences come, ladies and gentlemen. So from a love of cats to doing cosplay with Catwoman, now doing a charity event raising money. This is what all these great people do, and it's a great thing there that we all do it every single time during the year. So I want to talk about a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Cat Lovers Show is actually amazing. So they've got a Cat Lovers Show on, and they also do a Dog Lovers Show, which is the same organisers. They do it yearly. Obviously the last 2 years they've been cancelled due to the pandemic, but when I went to the very first one when I attended was 2018, I believe. I contacted the organisers, and they have a lot of sponsors there, Purina, Friskies, all the ones that are there sponsoring them. And I said, look, I do cosplay, I actually do Catwoman as my cosplay character, I love cats. Can we sort of somehow collaborate and work? And I'd love to come down and, just sort of work there and do whatever I can to help contribute, whether it's donating money for the cats or helping them or, doing whatever I can to be there. So we organised something, and I went down there dressed up as I did and collaborated with the crowd and did a lot of photography with the kids and the people that were there, met all the cats that were there. A lot of them had, a lot of illnesses, conditions, etc. And a lot of them were just sort of looking for homes. I wanted to be looked after, so I interacted with the cats. I got to speak to the owners and the people that were looking after them at the time, and it was just amazing because For me, I think animals are incredible overall, whether they're dogs or cats. They've got something beautiful about them. They just want to be loved and nurtured. Animals are just simple. They're not like humans. They're not complicated. They won't give you a hard time. So being in that environment around all these beautiful cats and their breeds was just so healing and so soothing. And that atmosphere is really, really nice. If you love your dogs, your animals, or your cats, I really, really advise to go to one of these events. There is one on this year. I think it might be around June or July, the Cat Lovers Show, and I'm planning to go there again and working there with them. So you can look it up on their website. For me, it was absolutely amazing. It was, a great opportunity for me to go, obviously because I do cosplay and I do Catwoman. So going there, spending time with the cats, playing with them, holding them, getting to talk to the owners and the sponsors, asking them where the money goes and how it all works, and do these cats have homes and all that. It's just an amazing experience, really.
Okay, fantastic. I want to give a round of applause to Simone. That's really fantastic. That what we're doing in the community, and obviously I'll ask the question at the end about how it's changed you as a person. But we'll move on to Rhiannon. And we'll give a round of applause to Rhiannon. Now, this lady here is amazing because every time we've gone out and done charity events, especially the last one we did at the truck show, was a Good Friday appeal. Friday appeal. I've never seen someone rustle up a bunch of cosplayers, say, get in here, do this, do that, do that. But what a wonderful job she does. And it's these people that really, really help us with regards to getting all these great photos and meeting others and getting our brand out there, which is an absolutely fantastic thing. Rhiannon, do you want to tell us a little bit about your cosplay journey, why you got into it, and has it changed you as a person? And obviously, has it helped you in your life?
Yeah, so I got involved back when I was 17. I was part of actually a Star Wars fan group called Star Walking, and I was fortunate enough to participate in the Science Works exhibition with all the Star Wars costumes and everything like that. And through there, I met various groups and everything like that, and then I started going to conventions. And when I was 18, I became a member of this group, and through there I was able to go to conventions and do all these amazing charity events. So I guess the costume I'm probably well known, there's probably two. I would say my Princess Leia back in my early 20s, which if you've seen was amazing. I'm very fortunate to have had that. But my current costume that I've probably worn consistently would probably be my Jawa. So yes, I'm dressed up in Marvel, and there's a good reason. So over time, I've realised I'm going to be 30 next month, and I've realised I've spent a third of my life actually going to conventions and doing all this charity stuff, which is insane, absolutely insane. I've spent a third of my life doing all of this. So even though I've been a nerd my whole entire life, and so more recently, I love Captain America so much. I think everyone around me knows that. And I was looking at trying to build a female Captain America-esque costume, and then when the What If series came out and Captain Carter came onto the screen, I was like, this is it. This is exactly what I need. And I think, as all of us have probably experienced dealing with, self-esteem issues and everything like that, Captain America has, as a character, helped me so much, and so mentally. And so I was like, okay, I need to do this costume. I really want to do this, and I want to do it properly. So I've been going to the gym. I've been eating healthier, and so today I was able to kind of wing up a kind of casual Captain Carter, which I thought, this works. All I need to do is just focus a little bit and tighten a few things a bit.
I wanted to ask you, I'm going to ask all of you, can even answer, looking at stuff like going to the gym, eating healthy. I know I do it. I mean, when you get up, you look again, mate, pose up, mate, come on, pose up. But it's these little influences that I always say, when I'm a school teacher by trade, and you try to get these influences out with regards to healthy eating, and you're looking at going to the gym, keeping fit. You've done that through your love of Captain America. It's amazing.
It's a slow journey, and I knew that if I was going to do... Now, I'm not saying I'm ugly or anything by any stretch, but I knew that if I wanted to do a costume that's in the Captain America kind of universe, I knew that I thought, okay, I want to feel comfortable and confident doing this costume and do it to the best of my ability. Of course, I won't have the exact muscles and whatever, but I want to be up to a point where I'm like, yes, I can feel the physical strength. I want to look at least, you know, convincing. So I was kind of lucky today, kind of winging it with the hair and everything like that. I was like,
I think she looks amazing. What do you reckon? Yeah? Round of applause, huh? That's fantastic. I mean, look, Captain America being your influence, and you're here, like we were little kids, dressing up, getting the rubbish bin lids as captain, as shields. Now, look, we're all dressed up in these costumes, and all the great costumes we've got here at the moment. So, I'll move on to Erin, then we'll come back to you in 1 second. Erin, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your influence? Is that on? Are we on there? Are we on there? Yep. There we go. The tech man is coming. Tech man is coming. Guys, as
It is.
you
Yeah, there we go.
oh, there we go. It's working. It works. There you go. So, Erin, round of applause for Erin, please. We've got Melbourne City Batgirl. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we've done so many together, so many cosplay events and conventions together. We're looking at your influences with regards to cosplay. We know that we want to know why you got into it, obviously, but has it made you a better person, and have you learned something from putting on the bat suit and getting this thrill of being a superhero? But has it made you a better person as a human being, and has it improved your life? And I'll go on to the next one. I'll give you 3 questions. You can just keep going. Influences outside after you've done cosplay. Is there a memory that has really changed your life?
Sure. So I guess I started cosplaying back in 2015, and I just did it as most of us probably start, just for fun. And then when you see all of these other people who are doing cosplay as well, and then you start to learn more about cosplay itself, and then you realise I've got all these amazing cosplays, and I have nowhere to wear them except for conventions. And then I actually found a couple of different charity groups, and then I'm like, okay, this is fantastic. I can wear these costumes more often. I can wear them with like-minded people. And then after doing that for a bit, I realised that that was always a very superficial, self-centered sort of reason. Because you go to some of these events, and then you see these kids, and you see that the way that their face lights up, and you realise the impact that you can make on other people's lives, on their day, something that will last so much longer in their life, something that they can look back on. Especially, like, I've seen this a few times at some of the events I've done, where if it's a child that doesn't really open up and communicate with many people, and that child gravitates towards a hero that they love, and then you see the look on the parents' face as well. So you know that it's not just about the children, it can be so much for those parents as well.
Have a look out now. Have a look at all of us. Like there's a lot of children walking around. What you walk around, I've seen them, especially Batgirl, especially the little girls that have come up and want to be Batgirl. They've got their Batgirl outfits and they see you.
Yeah.
I've seen them all running towards you and Superman. And it's what does it mean to you?
Well, that's why I actually picked Batgirl, because I think I did a couple of events, and then you see all these kids, and the reason I picked Batgirl is I wanted to pick a character that, one, was easily recognisable, and I think I managed that, but something that would mean something, especially to those little girls, something that they would look up to as that character, as a positive role model as well. So that was my biggest reason for wanting to do Batgirl, so that when I can do an event, like a charity event, yes, that's the biggest reason now for me, not for the fun of doing this sort of stuff, but for those charity events. But then when you come to here as well, for me, getting dressed up is about them now. It's not about me. So that you can go around and you can see these.
A round of applause for that, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about it? Yeah, that's what. And has that impacted you in your personal life, getting out of the bat suit?
Oh, definitely, because like otherwise I'd come to this and it would be just fun, but I would just kind of hang around, whereas now I know that I'm doing something, not just for me, I'm kind of doing something for someone else to hopefully make their day a little bit nicer as well. So yeah, I think I'd like to think that's made me a better person. Maybe.
Is there any memories you've had? I'm going to ask everyone, but we might as well go with you. Is there any memories that you've had over the last, I don't know, we've known each other about 5 years, I think it would be, roughly. With Melbourne Costume Group. Is there any memories you've had with regards to being whether I think you played Black Widow as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, Black
Tell-
Widow.
Tell us a little bit about that. Is there any real big memories that stick out in your mind that has changed your life, maybe changed your outlook on life, or as you just said, you've made a big difference with regards to the children? Is there
Yeah.
anything else with regards to some of those characters?
There's no big one event that's really done it. It's more been all of these, like all of the events really, and every time you do the event and the impact that you see that you make on these other people's lives. Like, it's funny, Black Widow, that's been one that's just been more for fun and more for comfort because it's a very comfortable costume. Because many kids don't recognise the version that I do, which is the blonde one. They mostly recognise her when she has the red hair. So I'm like, okay, that one's just for me. But I think my most memorable experience was probably when I did Kids Day Out a couple of years ago. We haven't been able to do it since. And I wore a spider suit. And yet again, like the amount of girls that would run up straight to me and high-five me or hug me. And that's when you kind of realise how much it means to them. And I think that it's those moments when those kids run up to you and throw themselves at you, that's when you know that it's the impact that it's having on other people.
So I'll ask all of you, looking forward to doing we're actually doing the Good Friday Appeal Kids Charity Day. Huge day. I've done it for the last 8 years, working with the Village People show that I do. But to see, I know for a fact these guys are going to be there. What impact, you can think now, what impact does it have on you, Aaron, thinking that you're going to go to this event, knowing that there's going to be people there raising money for our great hospital, and you're having a part of it? I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing chance for us to be involved, isn't it? So I'll get your one, then I'll move on to Andy in a minute. No, I haven't forgotten about you, Superman. He's going to flex up in a minute. But I'll ask you, and then I'll ask the other ladies to speak, and then we'll go from there. So what influence do you feel with regards to this Good Friday Appeal coming up? It's a big event for us in Victoria. Being a part of it and being able to help raise money and bring smiles to people, what's that mean to you?
Well, you pretty much said it all in a nutshell, honestly. It's like, yeah, it's just so important that we all do our bit to help other people, especially with everything that's going on at the moment. Like, if you can do anything to help someone else to make their day better, do it. If it doesn't take you much energy or effort, you should always do it. You should always do the right thing and help other people and do everything that you can. So that's kind of like, to be a part of something like this, it's an amazing opportunity to do that and to do so much to help other people, and also just something as simple as making somebody else smile. It's a great opportunity.
Fantastic. What about Brianna? What about you, quickly, and then we'll move on to...
Oh gosh, I've got too many because I've been doing the Good Friday Appeal for God knows how long. Especially what I do love is when I'm in my Jawa costume and you literally can just start dancing and kids are laughing. People will start, oh my God, let's get a photo with the dancing Jawa. I've had so much fun, and I think the guys will say it's almost illegal how much fun we actually have doing these events as well. I'm just like, I get to do this, dress up and be a nerd, and also raise money for kids' charities. This is fantastic. You know, being the Jawa, I can just be dancing and silly and just, you know, be a little kid again, and kids love that. They absolutely love that, and especially when you're wearing, you know, the type of mask that I wear, it's a little less daunting. So I've had so many fun memories over the years of doing that costume. I remember dancing with my mum. She also dresses up as a Jawa, and we would just bounce off each other, and people loved that because of the natural chemistry. So like I said, I've got so many, but that costume, doing those particular children's events, outstanding. I love it so much.
Absolutely fantastic. Samay, do you want to speak about, just quickly about your experience with regards to the charity events that we do and how it's influenced you as a person?
Absolutely. So basically, being around kids in general is very heartwarming. So going to a charity event is just incredible because you know that a lot of them are not well, they're sick, they've got illnesses, etc. So I guess that being there and knowing that they're like that and just hugging them, spending time with them, just even to make them smile, just makes your day. It makes you feel like you've done something worthwhile and you've done a good deed. And for me, it's heartwarming. If I see a little child that's not well and I don't even know them and they just want to be able to sort of hug me or just interact with me in any way, it just makes me feel like today was the best day. I really don't have any other words to say. Like, it's very heartwarming. I see nothing, I love nothing more than seeing kids smiling. To me, that just makes me feel, I I've done my job. Today's just been done. It's completed.
Fantastic. Well, this is where we're coming at with regards to this Good Friday appeal. But we're going to move on to the big fella down the end there. We've got a big round of applause for Melbourne Superman. Thank you so much for being so patient. But we didn't forget you. Have a look at that. What a fantastic costume. Absolutely fantastic costume. Now, do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey? Well, we've met, obviously, through Melbourne Costume Group. And as I said, we have this unity, I guess, now, don't we? We see each other on Instagram. We're always supporting each other, especially yourself. You're big on Instagram and you want to jump on Melbourne City Superman. That's what we're Melbourne Superman. Is that your Instagram? Yep, you can tell us all about that. But obviously, being a personal trainer as well, did that influence? Is there any influence with regards to Superman and the character, and maybe even watching the cartoons when you were younger? I want to be like that. And has it made you a better person, or in another way, has it enhanced your life? So you can tell us a little bit about Team Accountable as well. So I'll leave, the floor is yours, my friend.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of it in a nutshell. So I have been into Superman my entire life. He is the reason. I'm an actor as well. It's what I've been able to call my career for the last few years, up until COVID, unfortunately. But that's why I got into acting. That's why I got into fitness as well. Because yes, looking at Superman, he was always that image of, wow, I want to be like that. And you know what? The truth is, the harsh truth is, you can look at a character like Superman, and even the actors that portray him on screen are never going to be like that version of Superman, because Superman is a god, right? He's abnormally strong, abnormally huge. And that is the reason why I got into fitness and mental health, because I wanted to start to alleviate some of that mental health backlash that comes with trying to live up to something that necessarily might not be always possible, So that's where I've kind of come in. Now, in terms of cosplay itself, I've been dressing up as Superman since, I think my very first costume was a Superman costume. I know in school when I went to, what do they call preschool here? Kinder?
Yeah, Kinder,
yes.
Yeah, Kinder.
My first costume in Kinder was Superman. I started getting into the expensive suits probably when I was about 19, 20, and I didn't know that cosplay was actually like a thing. I thought maybe it was just like 5 people out there that like to dress up, until I met Erin, my partner, and she introduced me to this world of cosplay where I'm like, wow, there's thousands and thousands of people, and this community is so awesome. And that's kind of where I found my niche in terms of mental health advocacy and fitness and personal training. And it's just been a great avenue to build that in, because within this community, there's so many of us that, as Rhiannon alluded to, self-esteem. I think with self-esteem, there's a lot of us that are in this thing because we've had those self-esteem issues, because we've had those body image issues, because we've had, food issues or any of the like. And so we fall into cosplay sometimes because it is that fantasy world that we can look at, that we can just be ourselves. Yes, we're being other characters, but I think for a lot of us, when we suit up, when we put on the cowl, when we pick up the shield, when we crack the whip, we're finding a little bit of ourselves that that is kind of hard to put out there sometimes. So when we can do that, it can make all the difference in the world, I think.
Absolutely. So I'd say with regards to a lot of the groups and a lot of the charity events we go to, let's be honest, they gravitate to you because you're Superman. I see a lot of kids going, that is the real Superman. No, I know that. They come up to me and go, that's the real Superman. I know some of my friends that have come, they've gone, hang on, that's the real Superman. You know the real Superman. I said, oh, well, okay, he's a friend of mine. But as a person, have you grown? You want to tell us a little bit? You can tell us a little bit about getting into the fitness side of things. You're a part of Team Accountable, which will have the boss coming through very soon. Tell us a little bit about that and your fitness journey with regards to that, and just keeping fit, keeping healthy, a good mindset with regards to Superman and the character.
Sure. Well, for those of you who don't know, I have about 20 or so super suits, and one of those suits is a replica of the Christopher Reeve 1978 suit. And so there's no muscle suit in that one. There's no nothing in that one. That what you see is what you get. And so when I first started into cosplay, you know, I've always been into fitness, but this kind of cosplay helped me to become consistent with my fitness because I made myself a deal. I said, all right, if we're going to do this, if we're going to advocate for this, I want to be suiting up once a week in that Christopher Reeve suit, taking some shots, putting them on Instagram. And whilst that's a very kind of materialistic type of goal, I can understand that, but it helped me to normalize because, you know, getting real here, I've had my issues with food. I've had my poor relationships with food, but cosplay really helped me to become consistent because if I'm telling myself I'm going to suit up and I'm going to try to be a model for these kids or for these people that are trying to look up to this character, I want to take care of myself as well as I would think that Superman would take care of himself. So using that, telling myself to get in this suit every week, becoming consistent with my nutrition, it helped me form a better mental relationship with all of that, and thus it helped me become a better coach, a better fitness coach, a better trainer, a better life coach, and a better mentor or model. And that's when I, you know, of course, I started to get into the Starlight Children's Foundation. I raise money for the children as often as I can. I do a lot of Spartan events, race events, and whenever I do that, I always put up a charity page for some kind of children's event or something that I'm holding near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we can, even as cosplayers, I'll give you my backstory. Pretty much what I did was, I was a professional wrestler for about 12 years. And I ended up winning the Australian Championship. Yeah, great, no problem. But at the same time, I was struggling with a bit of mental issues. It's the same thing. It's basically I didn't like myself and all those things. So basically, getting into the super suit, whichever one I decide, whether I was Felipe Rose from the Village People, or now I've decided to bring out Nightwing, or Mortal Kombat's Nightwolf, as the panel has said, we're channeling that little bit of character within us. Even though I'm doing YMCA, it's really funny. But it's really cool that I had an opportunity at the Roseford Wineries to actually get up on stage because the Village People had dropped out. I don't know how this worked. Someone was watching me upstairs. They got me up on stage and I had to lead 10,000 people at the YMCA. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, people think it's crazy. But again, you're changing people's lives, and I think with regards to the energy and the smiles that you can bring to each other, it's such a nice vibe with regards to having this outlet within our lives. And it's always, as I said, being a school teacher and saying, showing pictures of these wonderful people who I work with at the charity events. And they just said, that's really cool, because a lot of kids, they go, you do events, they're dressing up in Batgirl, Superman, but then they see us as adults, we're going, how cool is it to be Superman, to be Batgirl, to be Carter, Captain Carter, there you go. Marvels again, but also we've got Catwoman, and we've got the Peacemaker over there, Nightwing. There's so many different aspects with regards to what we do to make us better people. I'm going to ask you, your biggest memory, is the biggest memory of your cosplay journey? I'll start with anything you can say, and we might as well go with the question too. We get a lot of questions about we're so-called pro cosplayers. Okay, I'm going to put that in inverted commas. I'm going to start with Andrew over here, and then we'll move forward. I want you to answer the question of how I become this. What do I do? How do I become this? Because they do look up at us and go, man, that's so cool to do.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
Well, there are classes and qualifications. No.
We've got a tape, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think, and I alluded to this last time that we did this panel, I think the word professional, the term professional cosplay, I don't know, it's kind of an oxymoron to me because it sounds, it almost puts too much of a serious connotation on it, too much of a work connotation on it. And I think that's part of, there's a small corner of the cosplay world, of cosplayers, a dark corner, very tiny, that takes themselves a little bit too seriously, and that can lead to some negative things. So I think if you want to be a cosplayer, don't look at it as amateur and professional maybe. Just look at it as, you know what, you want to get into a costume, you want to represent something, you want to find a different version of yourself or a truer version of yourself, just do it. It doesn't matter if your costume is $20 or $2,000. If you want to do it, just do it. Just get into the costume, preach your message, whatever that may be, and that, I think, that is the definition of a cosplayer to me.
Fantastic. Aaron, what about yourself? How do you feel about that question about... Oh, look out. Oh, oh. Well, look out, Fat. It's a battle. It's the battle. It's on.
I honestly, I definitely do not consider myself a professional cosplayer. I mean, like, I'm having a fight over a microphone. It's definitely not professional. No, that's the thing. It starts off as just a bit of fun, and then you realise that you can make other people smile. And you happen to get yourself involved with groups that do charity events. I don't think that makes me a professional cosplayer. It just means that I'm doing something for other people. I don't think it's professional. I just think it's...
I mean, we are pro.
We're not bad, but look, as I said, keep going.
Yeah, no, I don't consider myself a professional. I think we're all on the same playing field.
Fantastic.
None of that elitism.
Brilliant answer.
Yeah.
Rhiannon?
Yeah, when you said professional, I was like, huh? You sure you're talking to me? What? I think maybe that term comes, like I said, like I've been, I guess, among conventions and stuff for 10 years, so maybe people recognise, oh, she's got no life, she's been going to conventions. No, I'm kidding. But I've been doing this for such a long time, but do I consider myself a professional? No, I just do it. You know, like I said, if you come dressed up in cardboard box, dressed up as Optimus Prime, I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah, you know, I saw a guy dressed up as Green Goblin. He had foam on either side of the wings, and he had a hoverboard, and I thought, that was brilliant.
Cool.
So, I guess, you know, I don't see myself as a professional cosplayer. You know, anyone who knows me, no. I just see myself as someone who's maybe, I guess, dabbled in different areas and maybe just done this for a long time. But professional, no.
So, mate, what do you think? Just we'll get you on. Then we've got Team Accountable captain coming up very, very soon.
I pretty much agree with what they all said. It's just I always think to myself, I always try to see myself as a down-to-earth, humble person more than anything. So when you say the word professional, it's yes and no for me because I'm looking at it on a work purpose. But I always think that being humble and down-to-earth is really, really important. So it's all for love and fun for what we do, and whatever doors and opportunities come out of it is amazing. You know, whatever happens. But just like what they said, you know, we're all the same. We're all human. We're no different. We're all the same. You know? So yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to introduce a very good friend of ours, the leader of Team Accountable. He goes by Australian Thor. We have a big round of applause for our special guest. Andrew, you want to come up, mate? Let's go. Big round of applause for Aussie Thor. He's going to come up, grab a mic. You can have a seat. Oh, look at Superman, such a nice... But you can stay up here, Superman. We need you all up here. Would you want to be part of Team Accountable? Big round of applause for Andy from Team Accountable, please. Obviously well known. Obviously, he's gone undercover today. He's got his hat on and no suit. But Andy, what would you got? Welcome.
Thanks, guys, and just to explain that, it's raining, my hair's not done. I thought it was an easy option just to put on the hat. Don't have to do the hair.
Absolutely.
And I'm cosplaying a guest today.
Fantastic. Well, tell us a little bit about your journey, quickly about Team Accountable, yourself as a cosplayer, because you're well known, let's be honest, and you do such a wonderful job with the health and fitness community, but also the amount of charity work that you do is outstanding. How has it changed you as a person, or has it made you a better person, or have you grown? What is your journey with regards to this being cosplayer and the leader of Team Accountable?
Yeah, and first of all, that's all thanks to Melbourne Costume Group.
Absolutely.
Because I hooked up with these guys down in Melbourne when I used to live here years ago, and they kindly took me in. So thank you guys. We'll never forget it, because the opportunities we've had to do all the events that we have done, the charity events that you just mentioned, hospital visits and all that sort of stuff, you know, that's all stuff that we just donate our time to do. So I guess that's how I got into all of this. So thanks again to MCG. But then that's where it kind of transferred into the health and fitness and well-being stuff that we do with Team Accountable now. So Andrew's a trainer of ours in the community, as am myself. Chrissy's up at the booth, up at Artist Alley, representing Team Accountable at the moment. And then we've got Jess, who's actually on tour doing her circus acrobats and displays on her show, Matador, I think it is. I hope I got that right. So we've just sort of gelled together through common interests, pop culture, movies, and games,
What about yourself,
and cosplay.
mate? What about yourself? How does it make you a better person? You know what I mean, you stand out. You look like a leader of the community to me, anyway. I mean, when I show your photo, they go, "Yeah, he's thought," but there's a presence about you. Has it made you a better person with regards to this? I guess we won't use the word professional cosplay, but and being a leader of the community with what we're doing.
It's about positivity, what we do, yeah, and keeping it positive. You don't have to be the best at anything, at cosplay or health or fitness, or you don't have to be the best trainer. I'm certainly not the best trainer, even though I've got my qualification, the piece of paper. But part of being, a trainer, I guess, and somewhat of a leader in that position, you just need to be relatable. So I relate to my friends in our community, and I think that's what gives us all a bit of a closeness, I suppose. And we're just hanging out with people we enjoy to hang out with. Really? Did I sum it up?
I think you summed it up. It's very, very simple, isn't it? Every time we see each other, we're always happy. Always
exactly,
happy.
Yeah, positivity. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's all it is. So.
Exactly, it's been fantastic. What I want to do, guys, I want to give each of our guests a chance to talk, just stay with regards to their social media, where you can follow them, and please jump on Instagram, Facebook, MCG, Melbourne Costume Group. I'll speak about them. Jump on Facebook, Melbourne Costume Group. You can speak to Annie or Kelly or Vanda or Moira, and please become a part of our group. Look at the wonderful individuals that we've got here, leaders of the community. My personal one is VP New Recruits on Instagram. You can jump on that, and I'd love to get photos with you. Please tag me in that one there, and I'll go on to Andrew. You might as well bring the other Andrew up. Get together with regards to Team Accountable. Go for it.
We can all be leaders. Like, we're all leaders, each and every one of us.
Absolutely.
I don't see myself really as above anyone else in terms of the Team Accountable stuff.
So where can they find you, mate?
You can find us online on Instagram, Team Accountable. In person, you can find us up at Artist Alley. Come past and say hi, guys. Chat to our members. Join our group and become a leader as well.
Absolutely.
We've all got a little part to play in the community, so whether it's a trainer or you're specialising in a particular sport, like Chrissy's great at her stretching classes. She takes a stretching class. Following our fitness sessions we do online over Zoom, so we connect once a week and have a great session on a Saturday morning. And then Chrissy will take over and display her leadership and take us through some great stretches, which have really helped me out, because all I've done with fitness really is lift a lot of weights to get big arms like Thor. So I benefit from her stretching heaps, and she's really led that as well. So join us and become a leader and have some fun with us.
Cool. Superman, where can they find you, mate?
Yeah, you can find me at Melbourne Superman on Instagram.
Stepping over here, mate.
All one word.
Behind you. Yeah, that's it. Excellent.
He's still almost taller than me, that's sad. Melbourne Superman on Instagram. As Andy said, I'm part of Team Accountable, so you can hook up with us over at the booth. You can definitely look up Team Accountable. I kind of specialize in weightlifting, functional strength, racing, running, obstacle courses, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Fantastic. Erin, where can they find you?
Mine's very simple. I'm just EPC_cosplay.
EPC_cosplay on Instagram. That's correct? Beautiful. But also, guys, if you do want to get in contact with any of us, you can also go through Melbourne Costume Group. Yes, Rihanna, where can they find you?
I do have Instagram, Cora Organa, just one word, and I occasionally stream on Twitch. I'm usually swearing a lot while playing Destiny, so if you're interested in that, then fantastic. It's, you know, I do it on here on occasion, but yeah, if you want to contact me, Instagram, Cora Organa, just one word.
Fantastic. And Samay, where can they find you?
So I've got 2 Instagram accounts, one separate for the cosplay, so it's Samay Argento Catwoman Cosplay. You'll find all the Comic-Con, Supernova, cosplay-related events and charity work that we do all on that page, and then my main account for the modelling and all the film work that I do is Samay Argento.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a big, massive round of applause for our guest today? A big, massive round of applause. Thank you so much for being involved. Again, thank you to Supernova for having us doing this panel. As I said, I can't believe I'm hosting a panel. I used to walk around here watching them. Now I'm hosting with these wonderful individuals. Okay, and also big shout out, Melbourne Costume Group, Annie, Moira, Kelly and Vanda. I keep saying it, what a wonderful job they do on every level. I say thank you so much. If it wasn't for them, I guess we wouldn't be together, and you're doing a wonderful job for the community. Thank you so much. If you want to stay, if you want some photos with our guests, please hang around. I'm sure they'll be happy to do a few photos. Thanks again, Supernova. Look forward to seeing you soon, and have a great day. Stay safe, and thanks very much.